It was another day, no different than many others. Decided to make a side trip.
Hey guys, it's T. This is actually going to be a quick video, hopefully. Fingers crossed. I always say that. But I actually just got back home from brunch and I'm getting ready to do a massive clean out of my closet slash room. Yeah. And kind of clean and redecorate my bathroom, but you guys don't really care about that. Today's video is actually a Tea Talks video, and if you guys follow my blog, then you know that every now and then I post a Tea Talks post, which is basically my opinions slash personal experiences slash advice slash testimonies, all of those things rolled into one. And yeah, today I just kind of wanted to talk about something, but I didn't really have time to write it all down or type it all down, so I figured I might as well make a video. My makeup's done, might as well make a video. So today's video is going to be on the topic of how to handle criticism. And as a person, first off, and also as someone who's in the medical field, who's gone through undergrad, med school, now in residency, criticism is something that we deal with a lot as individuals, first and foremost, but also as residents, as medical students, etc. Of course, we call it feedback, which for the most part it's exactly what it is, but criticism can also come in those forms, and not just in our careers, but also in our personal lives too, when people have a lot to say about how we handle certain situations or criticism in general. And a lot of times it can become a little overwhelming when we're getting feedback or criticism from so many different people. Sometimes it's discouraging, sometimes it can help us become better people if we use it the right way. So I just wanted to give you 5 of my tips for how I handle criticism and how you can use it to help make you a better person. So tip number 1. Learn how to differentiate between those people who mean well and those who are just plain old mean. Not everyone that has something to say about your life means well for you. They don't always have your best interest at heart. And so you always have to take a good look at who the words of criticism, constructive or otherwise, are coming from. Is it coming from someone that actually cares about you, like your family, your friends, or a significant other? Or is it coming from someone who just wants to talk and doesn't really have anything constructive or helpful to say? So that's my first tip. Differentiate between those who mean well and those who are just being mean. Second tip, take it with a grain of salt. And what I mean by that is kind of going back to who it's coming from. Not all criticism is universal, or not all feedback is universal. A lot of times, for example, in careers, say for example you're working with one individual and they give you feedback and then you're kind of like taken aback by it. For some people that might just be their style or their preference. Try to look at it in a broader sense. Look at the big picture and take it with a grain of salt. Not everything that everyone says to you is to be taken exactly the way that they say it. Look at the bigger picture. Look at what it could potentially mean for your life as a whole or for the situation as a whole, and go from there. Number 3 kind of piggybacks on number 2, and that is try not to take criticism personally, but at the same time take it personally. And what I mean by that is a lot of times if we get criticism, we get so down on ourselves, especially if it's a negative. We get so down on ourselves and we can't even focus on what else is going on. But at the same time, it does apply to you as a person and how you did something or handled a situation. So yes, listen to what the individual has to say and see how it applies to you as a person, but don't get caught up in your feelings, if that makes sense. Don't let it, you know, kind of sit there. And that, again, leads into tip number 4. Try not to dwell on whatever it is that the feedback is. Listen to it, think about it, but don't dwell on it. If you sit there and you dwell on it, it kind of just festers like a sore. Especially if it's, again, if it's negative criticism and you just keep thinking about it, it builds up, and instead of doing something constructive with it, you just end up hating yourself is a strong word, but you end up not really improving who you are as a person. And that's tip number 5. Take the negative and turn it into a positive. Again, criticism comes in all forms. You have constructive criticism, you have negative criticism. If it is something negative, turn it into a positive. Maybe someone told you that you talk a little bit too much. Take that negative and turn it into a positive. Maybe the way that you speak, or the amount that you speak in certain capacities, isn't appropriate, but maybe you can use that ability to speak up in a positive way, maybe to advocate for other people. Always take a negative and try to turn it into a positive. That way, the criticism that you're receiving actually can become constructive. So yeah, that's basically all that I had to say, you guys. I hope that this short little video was helpful. I hope that it made sense. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and like this video. Subscribe if you'd like to see more of my videos, and feel free to share it as you go forward. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
To ignore it for a moment, but couldn't shake the thought of not attempting to